Right, welcome to the channel and the first detector on my test procedure of detectors is going to be the Tarsacci MDT 8000 mixed domain technology, which is patented and this is the flagship detector by Tarsacci. This should excel in the mineralized tests. It's got a salt, ground balance, black sand, and it's got a big range on ground balance from 0 to 999. These tests now, which we're going to go through, I'll go through for every detector and keep them all the same. And we'll see where certain detectors excel in certain situations and are not as good as others in other situations. And it'll all be on one video. On my channel, you won't see tests here, tests there, tests there. It'll be one detector, 5 tests for that detector, and then we'll move on to the next. I need to thank Adrian Savage for sending me this. As soon as this test is over, this video is over, I'm going to send it in back, and hopefully he'll send us another one and we'll get that tested. I've also got the Minelab Manticore, the Legend, and the Simplex Ultra, which I have done tests with before, but I want to do them in separate videos, and we'll just have a catalogue of detectors going through the same tests. Okay, let's get to it. So the first test, which is going to be the same for all detectors, are these conductors. So you've got a low, because this ring has got a split in it, then a high, then a mid, then a mid, then a high. I think we'll change them around. That's a thin piece of silver, that's a Lizzie. We'll see what they come up as ID first, and then we'll be looking at that ID when we go through the different tests. This is a recovery test. They are 1, 2, around 3 inches apart for this first test. So on the recovery test, now I have been playing with this for quite a few hours now. Hopefully you'll be able to see that display. Let's put that back a bit. Very well made, fully carbon shaft. It's a bit awkward. This is a bit upright for me. It could do with going back a bit. But it is what it is. That's how it's designed. So volume at 15, sensitivity at 9, but we'll change the sensitivity to 7. Ground balance we'll put to 500, which is standard. Let's get that down to 500. That's at 500. We've got it in 18 kilohertz. Threshold, we'll change the threshold to stock, which is 0. Disc at 0. Sensitivity at 7. Yeah, right, so we'll go with that. Now there's 3 types of discrimination modes. You have mixed, you have all metal, and you have this disc. Now disc is just a bleep. I'll just quickly take you through. Mixed is the beep and the all metal mode, and then you've got the all metal mode. Turn that volume down a bit. 12. So gold ring +4. So the ID goes from -30 up to 0, and then from 0 to +30. So that's +4, so that's a very low conductor. +17 for the bronze penny. The hammered comes up +9, and the Roman +14. So we're looking for 5 separate clear signals. There's definite 5 clear signals there. That's all metal. If you go in discrim mode, mixed, Yeah, so 3 inches is good. We'll narrow it down to 2 inches. So we still want 5 targets, all metal. Forward there. Let's go into disc mode, which disc at 0. So it's not picking all them up. So we'll say on that recovery, it was doing it at 3 inches apart on this test. Now that test we're going to keep with the Lizzie 3pence. It's a thin piece of silver. We know what it comes up at. We know what we need to see. Now it can get dragged down, or in some cases the RD can go higher. So we're 1, 2, 3, and I've put a line in that because these need to be doing exactly the same. So it'll be in the middle, and then the line will be in the centre. The same with this. We'll have the square end at the top, in the middle, and in the centre. And that is 3 inch. So the elevation of these are 2 inches. Yeah, 2 inches is 50 mil. We'll mess around with this now, so we can have discrimination. So that's coming up minus 23, that nail. Let's just get rid of the Lizzie. And that's a tricky one. It's actually coming in there as a plus. We can't really discriminate that out as it's a plus 23. It's a tricky nail. These are the 2 trickiest nails I've got. I mean, we've got stuff like this, but these square nails with the nipple on the end. Just increase sensitivity to maximum, which is 9. Let's get that volume up. We'll go in a mix. So the mix will pick up, nothing's discriminated out. All metal's there in the background, so you're all metal, you'll be able to wear the iron. But that hammer should come through. This is where the mixed domain comes in. You've got the all metal, plus you've got this discrimmed tone. But we haven't discrimmed out that hammered. Let's go back to 4 inches. It's a hard test on these nails, but this is what I'm keeping. If I changed the nail, you'd probably get it, but we're not going to do that. So let's go into a discrimination mode, but with no discrim. That is masked. We'll go back to, it's a hard test this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's false on that iron. I think 6 inches away. Still falsing on the iron there, but it is getting the target. Let's go into, let's turn that volume up to 15. Let's put mixed on. Hear that blip? Pick up the iron. but it's picking up the blip as well. So go back to 5. This is an air test, don't forget. Faulting on the nail, nothing on hammered. So that's 6 inches. That's in 18 kilohertz, which is the most nimble out of all the. I'll just show you. You've got 8 kilohertz, 12, 9, 6.4. Let's try 6. Let's try 9. Showing that 9 at 6. Now, because high frequency works better in iron, let's try 12 kilohertz. Show it, mode, mix. Let's just do this screw. Yeah. Let's go back there because I think I might have messed that up. Let's go down to 9 kilohertz. It's really falsing on that nail. Hit and miss, it's not getting it coming right, but it's getting it going left. 18 kilohertz. Let's try and knock this screw down. We know we're falsing on that nail, but let's knock this screw back to -10. You are going to get a lot of falsing on some iron, so you're going to dig some iron dropping your screw. Alright, that's that one. Now these next 3 tests are the ones that I think the Tarsacci MDT 8000 will be the one to beat, just because of its ground balancing properties. Its way it can ground balance are different. It can do salinity, which is salt content of water, black sand, and it's got a broad range of ground balance capabilities. And with the all metal and the discrim, I think this is the detector for very, very hard mineralised terrain. So now, using the same 3-pence, thin hammered, go in the middle, we're going to get onto the clay, which is a mineral, but this is a dry mineral. We're going to get onto the mineralised block. So this is dense, very dense. No air in it whatsoever. They're all 3-inch. The range on this, with the ID range, is +9. We won't do any ground balancing at the moment. We'll put our first block on. We'll just use discrimination. That's with no ground balance. Hitting it fine. So what we'll do, we'll go straight up to 6 inches of mineralised block. We've got nothing there. So what we'll do, sensitivity is on full. We're on 18. We'll go over, really you need your high frequencies to penetrate mineralised ground, but we will go down to 9. No. So So we will go down to 6.4. Just prove. Point threshold is on -1. We'll put that down to -2, which can bring out quiet signals. We got nothing there. So stock salt is 27. Sensitivity is max. We've got a discrimination of -10. So let's put discrimination onto stock. This 10, this 0, sorry. Now what we'll do, we'll go to all metal. It's coming up -29. Now let's check the blocks out in all metal. There's a bit of ground noise there, but that is definitely picking that up at 6 inches in all metal. Now let's go in mixed. All metal is definitely the way to go there. Now with all metal you can discriminate DIing out. With this machine, I like how everything's on display. It's a bit like it's like an analog setup. You can see everything's there. You don't have to go through sub menus and stuff like that. I really do like that feature. It'd be good to get that feature on other detectors. Maybe just have little dials on the display. Great feature, especially if you're testing. That is, the ID is not there. It's coming in -25, but we're getting it with 6 inches. And what we'll do, we'll add 1 inch. This is standard ground balance. There's no ground balance on this whatsoever. It's all stock. Eight. That's unreal, because I have tested other detectors on that, and now there is a bit of ground balance. And what we'll do now, we will ground balance on that. And how we ground balance this, you hold the button and you just raise the coil. It's come up at 854 ground balance. And you see how silent that has gone. Now you can knock the threshold down a bit to make it more silent, but that has near enough nulled, which with the other detectors I've been using, the ground balance isn't as good as on this machine. But I'm just let's just keep to this detector. Definitely hitting it, volume 15. That is really good. So what we'll do now, we'll change that two-way signal. We'll put the third block on. I've numbered these 1, 2 and 3, so they go in the same order. Let's just make sure that that third one isn't introducing any unwanted signal. Ground noise. Nope. And let's ground balance on. That, which was 852. with the extra block on. Well, let's listen to that. It's near enough silent. It's near enough silence. That is how ground balance is supposed to work. So it's made the signal come through by ground balancing it. And what we could do as well, there's no salinity in that. There's no salinity, is the salt content in per cubic meter of water. So we'll keep that 27. We're not going to do anything with that. Helps with hot rocks as well. This is clay. But shall we? Let's take the salt and let's increase the salt to 43. We had it at stock. Could be a long video this, but we need to get all the info data so we can compare to other detectors. Let's put it to 19. Just make sure that changing that hasn't nothing, absolutely unreal for mineralised ground, this detector. Let's get that threshold down. All metal to fuller and fuller. Just kick your ass on this test. I know this because I've tested the Legend, the Simplex and the Manticore on this test. Nice and silent. Let's just do a GB. Automatic GB. We could do a plus and negative. Automatic GB, we could do a plus and negative from ground phase. Oh, I forgot to put the coin under. This is some hard data, this. Like I say, just going through, reading up on the detector. There's a little blip there, tiniest little blip, but you'd have to be. Let's put black sand on. .871 18 kilohertz. Get the threshold right down to 8. No, that's in 6.4 kilohertz, sorry. So what we'll do, it's been hitting that in 6.4. So what we'll do, we'll go up. Let's turn that black sand off. My bad. Let's go on 12. Let's go on. I bloody love this. I really do. It's so basic, everything's just there. So you can see your settings at a glance. Even on 18 kilohertz there. That's small hammered, and we can call it at that. This is the last shed test. The next test will be on my test garden. Now if you look at this video up here, you'll see how this has been made. It's full of mineralised rock, clay rock, coal, salt. It's been sat here for about a week now with a piece of wood on it and this on it, so it is compact ground. There's no air in that. It has been watered. It feels a little bit damp. We'll use the 3p again, thin piece of silver. And what we want to do, we want to see if there's any ground noise. What we'll do there, we will. The angle of this on top isn't the best. I want to, we'll stay in 18 kilohertz. We'll go over to put that down to stock, the salinity. It's 27. Yeah, I think it's 27. Threshold at -1. Sensitivity max. Let's see what the ground balance comes with that. Now there's a bit of noise there, so we'll ground balance. That's all I have to do, ground balance on this machine. Press, hold, pull up. So that's quieting that down already. Let's get the Wizzy 3p right in the centre. There it is. That's just with ground balancing. What we'll do, we'll put one of these over the top so we know it's an inch above. Two inch above. There's a bit of noise coming off that clay, so what we need to do is, I could do with another pair of hands, to be honest. It's a ground balance on that. Quieten that down a bit. I will knock the threshold down to 2. There was iron crushed up in this as well, so it's picking up the iron there. Let's see if we'll pick this up. There is iron contamination if you look at the video. What we can do, we can go to the mode, disc mode. Let's put black sand on as well. definitely gonna hit one way there. Two way. +6 come in then. Yep, let's get it both ways, you've got to swing slow. Bit of iron there. It's coming up 26, there's nothing we can do about that really. So let's go into, sorry it's a bit long-winded, let's go into 6.4. Ground balance. Hammer down. I don't think it's sitting as well. 6.4, let's go to 12. It's going to mixed. You can hear the all metal, that's the iron in there. But then it's got your discrimination over the top. Let's get it one way. You can hear that da 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 da. That's the all metal, that's the iron. Coming this way. It's cleaner on the right hand side. So it's hitting it one way. We've got track on now with black sand and 27 on the salinity, ground balance. We'll change, we'll track the ground. One way signal because of the recovery, as we checked out in the previous tests. The unmasking as well. So we're saying the full tub, which is 6 inch of highly mineralised ground and a clay block. One way signal. So that's 6-7 inch. So these benchmark tests are there just to keep the same environment, exactly the same environment, air as is the controlled. You can get a bit more with moisture in the air, but it is what it is. We can't be vacuuming a room just to keep the moisture level the same. But what it comes down to is in the ground. So this test garden has been down for about 2.5 years. Now I've been watering it to promote patina, halo effect. So we will go over the coppers and the bronzes, but the ones that we really want to look at, because even over 1,000 years you only get a tiny, probably 2%, 1% of halo around a silver coin when the patina comes on. So really we want to be looking at them for more of a true representation of what could be in the ground. Now it's been compressed, kids are always playing on it, this, that and the other. It's quite a high traffic area. I water it all the time, so it's never really dry, and this is just to promote the halo effect quicker. We had a bit of rain yesterday, So this could change between detectors. Unless detectors all in the same day, we can't really represent the outcome, if you know what I mean. This is why we do the control tests in air, because that will be the same. So yeah, we've covered all bases. I think there could be a few more that we could throw in there, but it's a long enough video anyway. It's a long enough video, so we'll see what the outcome is with the test garden. If you like what you see and you want to, I will be doing a few of these. I'm going to send this back to Adrian. Hopefully, yeah, I will get another one sent us. I've got to do the Manticore, I've got to do the Simplex Ultra, and I've got to do the Legend. And they will all be kept in the metal testing playlist. Okay, thanks for watching. Right, we'll put sensitivity down 1, we've got tracking on, 9 kilohertz, ground balance is 545 at the moment, volume 11, threshold at 6, 7 8-inch hammered. Can you hear the blip? The all metal is picking up the iron, so you can hear the iron. There it is. Small Roman, 7 8 inches down. I'm going to put a bit of discrimination on there, to be honest. Nothing on here is low, so we'll put it at 5. Hammered. Roman. This is 9.5 inch silver shilling. Got it. Let me just put a discrimination higher to 9. Turn tracking off. So it's on. Tracking, how do I get over to tracking now? Right, tracking's off. Salt is on 27. Got it. This is a copper at 12, 13 inches. We've got mix on there, all metal. Discriminated up to 9. Let's just do disc. Hitting that, no problem. Very hard one, this. This is 13-inch bronze. Now let me put the mode in mix so you can hear all the iron. If you rotate on that, it's just going on metal. Halfpenny, Victorian halfpenny bronze. Yep. Mix. You can hear all the iron in there. Do a ground balance. $595. There it is. No problem. And 10-inch. This might be a 10-inch sixpence. Just turn that volume up a bit. The thing is, with the promotion of Halo, the iron in this ground will be masking targets, but with the coppers and the bronzes, they'll also be leaching into the ground, causing halo, so they'll increase, but the silvers aren't going to, but then the iron is. Now, we could hit that target about 6 months ago, not with this detector. We've got let's hand off. Sensitivity at 9C. Let's get that to 6.4. Just going to mix. There's a spindle whirl at 13-14 inches. Digging that all day. This is a half crown, 50% silver at 12 inches. This is the roaming area. Got a roaming on the surface here. Coming up around 10, they're all similar size. It's actually one there. I think it might be 4 or 2 inches down. Not gonna, the recovery is needed on this test garden. There's one there. Which is quite deep. Ground balance round here. $944. So I'll minimise this. There it is. +7. It's about 7-8 inches that for me, but it can't get the 4-inch one, which it just shows you, doesn't it? Surface one. That could be the 4-inch one.